Welcome, fellow dreamers, and welcome back to another segment of Hope for the Future. I do apologize that I haven't uploaded in a while. We just had a lot going on. We had some stuff that needed to be moved around in the house, and nothing huge, just a lot of deep cleaning. Haven't really had a quiet moment to get in here and film. But I have been working on a lot, and I'm eager to show you before we get into this. I did forget to bring it in here, but I did craft another clay totem that I'm done with right now. It was a dragon. It was a pink and blue dragon surrounding a butterfly. And it's I got the message from them already, which was I have the power all along, and to like manifest and stuff. And let's see, I did make extras, but I'm not gonna post them unless people do start buying things on my shop, because the listings cost money, and I'm sinking more money into this shop than and getting nothing in return. That also leads into my next big announcement. If you do want to get anything on my Etsy shop, DragonRealmBoutique, it is going to be your last chance to do so. As of now, I have set everything to angel number 1111. That is $11.11. It's basically a save the shop type of moment. I'm gonna let everything basically expire, and I'm not gonna renew it because it takes money to renew it. So now is 100% your last chance to get things. Any physical items that do not sell, like the Kali deck or the crochet crafts, will be burned. So this is 100% your last chance to get any of those. So if you would like to get a Kali Oracle deck for cheap, this is absolutely your last chance to do so. It will be, like I said, when the listing expires, it will be burned. So do go check out my site and get that, please. Because the shop is just costing me too much money, and I'm just gonna have to go back to DoorDash until I can find another workaround to make money off of my tarots. Maybe I'll just have to wait for the channel to take off and so I can monetize. But anyways, I do want to show you this that I worked on. It's Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn from the Joker movie. Love Lady Gaga, love the outfit. Have mixed feelings about the Joker movie. I think it started out kind of strong, but then about midways it just kind of rapidly changed plot. It's like they fired the writer halfway through and got a new one, or maybe lost the script, started writing a different one. I don't know. But it just, and as Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga was acting out of character. She basically turned on the Joker for no reason, whereas, Harley Quinn in the comics, in the show, turns on the Joker for abusing her, but she just, no reason, about midway through the movie, turns on him. And I just, I don't think I liked the demonization of Harley Quinn. But yeah, I still like the outfit, still love Lady Gaga. But yeah, that's about that. Another thing I would like to update y'all on is I've gotten to work on some ARG designs. I'm still kind of stuck on the funeral home one. I think I'm really struggling to write that one. I'm not sure what to call this one. I'm thinking of the name Young and Dumb. But, let me just, yeah, here's the characters. You may recognize them if you've came here from DeviantArt, but this isn't a reboot of Stained Glass. I'm just reusing the characters. This is Thorne Fitzpatrick. He will be the main character of Young and Dumb, which is going to be somewhat of an ARG. The Brighton Jefferson, who's had a costume redesign. Thorne did a little bit, but I really didn't change much about his design. Other than taking the green hair streak out, and, yeah, I took out his green hair streak, and I removed the, preachy Christian cross from his shirt. For Brighton, I've changed his color scheme from blue to black, and removed the headband. Also drawn them all in Vivzy Pop style. Roger Twist, who's a character I've not gotten to use yet. And then Richard Devereaux, who I'm bringing back as kind of a shy character. But yeah, he's, I've just changed his outfit to be more casual and less stuck up, because, my new plot is going to revolve around 4 young men who are broke and living together. What it's going to do is it's, going to start out kind of goofy and funny and then take a dark turn. You know, it's going to start out goofy just to kind of get the characters established. Then it's going to take a really dark turn. I don't want to reveal too much about it, because part of the fun of an ARG is to try to figure it out for yourself, and the underlying tone. So, yeah, that's, okay, that drew a new cover for one of my stories. We're going to go past that. But here's Cole. He's going to be the main character for another one of my ARG, which I am going to stay hush-hush about, because, I am really excited about this one. He is so far the only character I've designed for this, even though I've got the other designs planned out. But, he's gonna be, like, I've got the plot written out, I just have to write a script and then draw the comics, but, it's gonna be like a webcomic, I'm gonna narrate it, and, he's gonna be the main character. The ARG is gonna be called Monster, How Should I Feel? Actually, no, it's not, it's just gonna be called How Should I Feel? It is based off of the song by Megan Dia, though, but, it's gonna have, like, a slightly different plot, and, yeah. So, I hope you're excited about that. Sorry, Hope, I guess I spent longer on the announcements than I should have. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the reading. Okay, so this is a segment where my spirit animal will talk about upcoming blessings. Ooh, we already got a card sticking up. So what blessings have we got, Hope, that you want to share with us? Come on, one more. At the bottom of the deck, we have leaving. Interesting. What are we leaving? What's leaving? Heavenly signs. I see. Sobriety. And windfall. Okay, so I know what Hope's talking about. I did just receive some information from Miracle of all my guides. You know, my inner child self. And, you know, I don't want to quite reveal what it is yet, because, I don't want to give away my spell cleansing point until it's time to do the spell. Maybe I should just, yeah, I'm gonna save that, because I don't want to talk about that yet. But, maybe I'm not the only one who's had a huge revelation right now. Maybe other people have had a huge revelation. And this revelation And to tell you when exactly I'm going to talk about it, because I don't want to be like Loey Lane and just string you along. I will be talking about it on the funeral ritual, which I will be doing after all the narrations have been done and when I am home alone. So, once the narrations are done, just wait. It shouldn't be too long before I'm home alone. If that proves to be taking too long, I will take the gear to a park or something to do this. I'll keep you updated on it at least. Anyways. And maybe, like me, this revelation has given you a newfound hope for humanity, you know? Because now you're finally able to leave this past trauma behind you, because now you fully know the situation and what's going on. You now fully know what you're dealing with. You know? You now fully know what you're dealing with, what you've been dealing with, and your initial thoughts that the world is doomed, humanity is doomed, there's no hope left, and no human on the planet is worth saving. All of those dark thoughts are fading away, and you're having hope for the first time. Hence, hope for the future. Or at least you've got hope for the first time in a very long time. And, when I pulled that card up, it reveals healthcare change. Not sure what that means. There's mosquitoes in here. I don't know where they're coming from, though. Healthcare change. Maybe it's I think it's a sign of your healing, so you're not going to have to put as much focus on trying to heal your own trauma anymore. Alright, so that's good. That's a good message there. I like that. Alright. So now that just leaves the pendulum. I did forget to bring my Lemurian quartz in. Oh, and a reminder, I am using butterfly oracle cards for life changes. And you know, just a reminder, a lot of people do think that butterflies bring unnecessary change and are chaotic, but that's not the case. They actually show up to comfort you during change and show you how and where to grow, which also reminds me of the year of the dragon. Which is, it ended up being a very hard year for me, but, if you don't know the story of how the zodiacs in China came to be, the dragon zodiac actually fell behind in getting to where he was supposed to get to because, there was a storm that hit a city and he had to help clean it up. So, that's, you know, this whole year has been stormy. It's been a year of really rough transformation and misfortune, and my dragons have told me that they've been working extra hard to turn this misfortune into something I can grow stronger from. Oh, my allergies are acting up today. So, oh, and before I forget, another thing too is I also forgot to do the Naeleon's runes, so I will be pulling those forward next time I do dragon therapy. I'm still trying to learn all the rune meanings by memory. Which I'm doing pretty good at, and I've already gotten, a couple of favorites. But, you know, I do want to bring up something important, and, this does, revolve around me being a domestic abuse survivor. So basically, whatever you do, because I've been seeing a lot of videos around Reddit, and Reddit is becoming a really popular site. Whatever you do, do not go to Reddit for advice. Do not trust Reddit, ever. And I'm going to tell you why. There's this Reddit called Am I the Asshole? And I went on there looking for advice because there were several situations in which I was gaslit. By my ex and his family. And this ended up playing into my suicide attempt, and ended up just keeping me in a situation that was really dangerous. But everybody voted me the asshole every single time. And their reasoning for doing this is because my ex's mother owned the house, which she doesn't. She's still paying mortgage on it. But still, I mean, even if she did own the house, that doesn't give her the right to abuse people. Like, I mean, I can't just invite somebody over and beat the crap out of them, and then the police come over to try to get assault charges on me, and then I sit here and say, oh, well, I own the house, so I'm allowed to do it. I can't do that. So that should have been my first red flag there, that Reddit was saying, oh, well, it's her house and she can do what she wants. You know, I mean, I know emotional abuse isn't viewed as bad as, like, physical abuse, and, part of the reason I can't press charges is because my ex has, kept a lot of the physical, like, he's mostly stuck to mental abuse, but a lot of the physical abuse has been kept to slapping and shoving, so I didn't retain any physical injuries. But yeah, that, nobody was seeing the red flags there. Nobody was, like, they were just saying, oh, well, you're in the wrong because they own the house. You know, I think this is because, Reddit is full of incels, because I've noticed there's, like, a lot of bad treatment of women on their website, and it's praised. Like, men have been encouraged to divorce their spouses over small things, like they accidentally threw something out that belonged to them, or something stupid like that, you know? Or, I don't know, just the stupidest, mundane things. And, you know, it was, stuff that could be talked about and worked out if, you know, it was a healthy man in the relationship and not an incel. So, you know, stuff that could be smoothed over. But regardless, like, another thing is they said the sister could get away with, doing the horrible things she was doing because she's 12. Which, you know, again, that doesn't make it anything okay, because, you know, this just goes back to the slender stabbers, you know? Like, those 12-year-old girls that took their friend out in the woods and tried to kill her and sacrifice her to Slender Man. Like, that's not okay. And, you know, maybe I would get what they were saying if it was like a toddler, you know, that doesn't know any better. I would understand that. That I would understand. But she's 12. You know, she's capable of understanding that what she's doing is wrong and being disciplined for it, and or at least talked to for it. And she's also capable of understanding that what she, you know, that she's also capable of intentionally doing something malicious, which is seen with the Slender Killers. And, I really do think that, we need to stop cutting minors so much slack, because they actually let the, Slender Killers out. The Slender staff, they let them out, and, I can only imagine how that family feels, you know, knowing that they got let back out. I hope they moved, at least, but, You know, this goes into, like, another thing. If you haven't, I've been watching some true crime cases. If you haven't heard of the killing, like, the Carly Gregg murder, she was 14. And she, you know, she killed her mother and tried to kill her stepdad. And they ended up sentencing her to life, and I can't believe this, but my dad actually said, I don't get how you could send a 14-year-old to prison for life. And I'm like, Dad, are you kidding me? She just killed her mother. And Dad's like, well, she's 14, her brain's not developed. And I'm like, that doesn't make it okay. I mean, they even proved it in court that she made an intentional, malicious decision because she tried to plead insanity. They tried to use that, oh, well, her brain's not developed, as an excuse, but they realized, you know, after looking at all the evidence, she did this on purpose. She made a intentional decision to do something horrible. And that goes back into the case with my ex's sister. She was making intentional decisions to do bad things, to say bad things. And, you know, her mother was letting her get away with it because she was the favorite. And, you know, just everybody else was saying, well, she's 12, so she can get away with it. And, like, one of the biggest red flags, too, is that, you know, she said she was gonna kill somebody. And they ended up going to the school. And, like, because, you know, you can't say that in front of a teacher because the teacher will justifiably start, you know, putting measures in place to protect the other students. And they interview this kid, and you know, my ex's sister, and they say, well, do you have a weapon? And she says, well, anything can be a weapon. And instead of being alarmed at this, the mother thinks it's funny. So that's another red flag. And, you know, I tried to express to my ex that this was an issue. And lo and behold, she ends up getting into a physical altercation with some kids at school. And she ended up almost getting hospitalized because of this. And I said to my ex, like, you know, my ex was wanting sympathy for it. I said, well, I told you that was going to happen. And he's got mad at me because I didn't have sympathy for her. Why would I? She's a monster. And then that goes into my ex, but he was just as bad. Like, another thing that I didn't see that should have been a red flag is his dogs get sick and hurt a lot. Like, one of them is in and out of the vet with nausea, and another one just has extreme back and joint pain. Maybe that couldn't be anything, but then there's the fact that a suspicious amount of small animals die around him on the regular. And, you know, like, it was a gerbil, several litters of rabbits. He's working on this farm, and a lot of the chickens are dying, and roosters out of nowhere. And you know, he had a bat get in his house, and that bat was fine, then it mysteriously died. There were kittens that mysteriously died, and I'm like, okay, looking back on it now without the rose-colored glasses and the brainwashed glasses, might I add, it is suspicious that this many animals died in his care, and without explanation. You know, and he also didn't react to it at all. Like, he had no reaction, especially because a lot of these were his pets. He had no reaction to it at all. And it was like, I don't know, it's like, I mean, when I lose a pet, I'm on the floor screaming and crying, but he loses a pet, nothing. So, but yeah, I know why this is, but like I said, I'm not going to go into it until later, because I don't want my strategies to be given away. But back to Reddit. So Reddit was justifying everything they were doing, and I believed it because I was distraught and already being gaslit and brainwashed. So because of Reddit, I stayed in an abusive relationship and almost died. But, the part that goes into my attempt is the admin of Am I the Asshole ended up banning me because they said that I posted too frequently, which wasn't a rule the last time I checked. I think they added it on now. And, you know, the admin, you know, completely unprofessionally, might I add, not only did they say, hey, you're banned because you posted too frequently, they said, you know, if you committed suicide, no, the whole world would celebrate because you're just so annoying. And I'm like, you know, I believed it because I was in shock that the admin of a subreddit would say this. And I'm like, well, if somebody that big is saying something like that, then it must be true. But yeah, stay off of Reddit. Reddit is run by incels. They all hate women on that website. Just, you know, if you're going through an abusive relationship, do not seek any counsel on Reddit. Because they're going to tell you to stay. They're going to tell you to suck it up. They're going to tell you, you know, I mean, if you're a woman, though, they won't tell the men to do that. But, they'll tell the men to, if a woman burns a cake by accident, they'll tell the man, oh yeah, dump her. Press charges on her, all that. But, you know, if that's just how Reddit is. I'm going to actually do another oracle reading just to kind of clear things up a bit, because that was a bit of a downer. And then we'll get into the pendulum. There we go. At the bottom of the deck, we have new exercise program. If you didn't know, by the way, you can do yoga with runes by morphing your body into the rune shape, which I've started doing, and it's really invigorating. And, you know, a powerful way to sound cleanse, too, is to get some ankle rattles. Or, I mean, they wouldn't fit my ankle, so I ended up putting them on my wrist. But, you can put them on your wrists or your ankles, and, to, like, dance. And, you know, there's no certain way you have to dance, just move in a way that feels right with your body. Dance with the rhythm of the universe, which you may need to do outside a couple of times to get a feel for how nature's flow is going. But yeah, that, maybe you're getting called to do that as well. New healthcare change. Okay, we're being reminded of that. This trauma is about to go in the past. You are stronger than you know. That's always a good message to have. And motivation. Stay motivated. Don't let this bad experience tear you down, because when you realize what those people really were, they weren't people at all. They were demons. Which I will talk more about. But, just remember what they were. Remember they were demons. Remember they weren't real people. They were just demons disguised as people. And don't lose hope in humanity. Just learn to recognize, energy-wise, who's actually human and who's a demon in disguise. Which I haven't learned how to do yet, so when I learn how to do that, I will tell you. More likely than not, though, if they're attacking you for absolutely no reason, they're a demon. You know, if you're just sitting there quietly trying to do your job, and they come over to you and just start looking for anything to nitpick or mess with you about, then, yeah, you're dealing with a demon. So, a lot of them will try to pretend to be innocent, though. So you want to pay close attention to your energy levels, and you want to, keep quiet, keep to yourself until you're sure you can trust this person. I didn't bring my Lemurian quartz in here, but, I do have this dragon necklace that I got as a last-minute birthday gift. So, I'm going to show it to you, actually, because it's really pretty. It's got Austrian crystals in it. These are the Austrian crystals, but, It's a rainbow dragon. Doesn't that just make you happy when you look at it? Focus, camera. So, we're gonna think of a yes or no question. And we're gonna use this and see where it points. So, think of your yes or no question now. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're getting a no. Alrighty then. So, if you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell, and while you still can, do go check out my Etsy shop, DragonRealmBoutique, before it is no more, because once everything's gone, once everything's expired, it's expired, and I'm done. However, you do have a chance to save the shop if you buy things, and, you know, if you don't want the physical items to be burned, because they will be burned if they're not bought, please go buy them. Until next time, fellow dreamers,